Now this is question number 2 and you have 12 marks to score from this. So the first one is simplify. You got p raised to the power of 3, q raised to the power of 2, a product sign, and p followed by q raised to the power of 5. Now what I wish to do is I will club p with p and q with q. So p raised to the power of 3 times p, apply the product sign, and q raised to the power of 2 clubbed with q raised to the power of 5. Now there is a formula, a raised to the power of n times a raised to the power of m is a raised to the power of n positive m. So utilizing this formula, I will write p raised to the power of 3 times p raised to the power of 1 as p raised to the power of 3 positive 1, and this one q raised to the power of 2 positive 5. Now this can be written as p raised to the power of 4 times q raised to the power of 2 positive 5 is going to be 7. So this is the solution for this question. Now this is 2b. It states that express as a single fraction. In its simplest form. So you have a over 3 positive 3a over 2. So the quantities are 3 and 2. You have to be careful with that. So take the LCM as 3 times 2. 3 divides 3, so you are left with 2. 2 times a is 2a. 2 divides this 3 times 3a. So you can probably write it as 3 times of 3a. So this is going to be 2a positive 3 3s are 9a divided by 3 times 2 is 6. So 9 added with 2a, or I would say 9a added with 2a will give you 11a over 6. Now this is the next question. It states factorize completely. So you have been given your x squared negative 5x positive 4. Now what you have to do is 4 multiplied with the coefficient of x squared, that's 1. The coefficient of x is minus 5. So you should actually pick up 2 numbers that when multiplied will give me 4, when added will give me negative 5. So negative 4 times negative 1. Negative 4 added with negative 1 would give me negative 5. Negative 4 multiplied to the negative 1 will give me 4. So if they ask you to factorize, the factorization for x squared negative 5x positive 4 is going to be, now x followed by the values that you see here. What do you see there? Negative 4 times x negative 1. Now negative 4 into negative 1, that gives you positive 4. Negative 4 times x and negative x, that's a negative 5x. And x into x is x squared. So this is the solution for this question. If they ask you to get the roots, then you take x negative 4 equal to 0 and x negative 1 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 4 will be a root and x is equal to 1 will be a root. Now this is not asked in the question, but if there is a possibility, then your working should be like this. So having given you this information, let me move on to the next question. It is giving us m squared negative 4n squared. Now we will have to write this as a difference of squares. So how do we do that? Now we know the formula a squared negative WKT means we know that a squared negative b squared is a negative b multiplied with a positive b. So therefore m squared negative 4n squared can be rewritten as m squared negative 2 times n raised to the power of 2. which is going to be m negative 2n times m positive 2n. So this is going to be the solution for this question. Now we have this question, 2x negative 7 less than equal to 3. We are expected to solve for x. So how do we do that? Foremost, let me consider 2x negative 7 less than equal to 3. Then we add positive 7 both sides. We get, so 2x negative 7 positive 7 less than equal to 3 positive 7. So negative 7 positive 7 goes off. You have 2x less than equal to 3 added with 7 will give me 10. Next we divide by 10 by 2 both sides. 1 by 10 we have to get rid of this x. Dividing by 2 both sides. We get, so you have 2x divided by 2 less than equal to 10 divided by 2. Now 2 and 2 gets cancelled. 2 divides here 5 times. So x is less than equal to 5. So this is the solution for this question. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. Now the next question says if this is 2d and this is 2c. Now if x is a positive integer, now you have to list all possible values of x such that x is less than equal to 5. I think this is what is being given. Now what would be the solution for this question? So what you have to do in this case is, if x is a positive integer, list all possible values of x if this is the condition. So you have the number line here. This is 0, this is negative 1, negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. It goes like this. Now x is actually lying on this end, so I'm darkening it. Why? Because x also takes its values. Now positive integers, they are starting from 1 onwards, right? Now 0 is an integer, you have to understand, but it is neither positive nor negative, so we cannot club 0 into this question. So that is a very important part you have to know. So therefore the solution is going to be starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 should also be included because of the condition. Okay, so this is the end of question number 2, and we move on to the next one. Thank you. Now this is 2e. We are asked to evaluate 2 pi root of L over G, and we have pi to be as 3.14, L is 0.625, and G is given as 10. So foremost you consider L over G 0.625 divided by 10. So this will move the, or I would say this will actually add a decimal to this, or I would say when I say add a decimal to this, it means 0.6 would be pushed out further. So we would have 0.0625, right? Whenever you divide by 10, this is the outcome. So therefore root of 0.0625. So you have to get the root. So in fact I can state it like this. Therefore root of L over G is equal to root of 0.0625. Now let me show you the concept which I'm talking about. 0.625. This is 5/8, excuse me. Excuse me, this is 0.625. We are dividing by 10, right? So I said whenever you're dividing by 10, it will move 0.6 further out. So this is what I am talking about. Now we have to take the square root of 0.0625, and that is going to be 0.25. So this is equal to 0.25. Now you have to multiply with 2 pi, 0.25. So what would that be? So let me use the space here. Now this is going to be 2 times of 3.14 multiplied with 0.25. So 2 multiplied with 3.14. So that is 6.28. This is multiplied with 0.25. So you're getting a value of 1.57. So therefore the final solution, you can probably write it like this. Therefore 2 pi times root of L over G is equal to 1.57. So this is the completion for this question. We move on to the next one.